A registered retirement income fund is like an extension of your RRSP, but instead of putting money in, you take it out. The government sets the minimum amount you must take out every year, but what happens if you don't need the money? Peter Cischecki from Everything Financial joins us now with more. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. Okay, so the question I have first off the bat is, we contribute to RRSPs leading up to retirement. At what point does it become an RRIF?
I know, RRIF. There's enough acronyms here. You have to turn it into an RRIF or some sort of income fund. There's different types. But by the time you're 71, so in December, in the year you turn 71, you must turn it into a RRIF. But you don't have to start taking the money out till January of the following year. So by then you have no choice, but you can start it earlier if you need to.
Okay, so under what circumstances would you want to take some of that money out?
But if you want to take it out earlier, if you need that to supplement, say, your pension and other money you have, or if you've done some, and we talk about this all the time, Carrie, really good tax planning, then you can look at taking the money out, so maybe you won't have to pay as much of it back in tax. Because remember, with an RSP, buy it at a high tax level, and now it's time to cash it in. Right. Cash it in at the lower tax level.
Do you have to take the money out? Are you mandated to take it out, and how much?
You're mandated to take it out, and at age 71 there, it's a very small percentage still, but that percentage will grow as you get older, and the amount is based on what the dollar value is on December 31st of the year before. So the more money you have, the more you're going to have to take out and claim on tax.
Is there any other way that you can invest this money, or it has to become an RRIF?
Yeah, no, you can take the money out. You could put it in your TFSA if you have room. You don't get a tax deduction, but at least then the money could continue to grow without you having to pay tax on the growth. Or what if your spouse is under age 71 and needs the tax break? You can still actually put money into a spousal RSP. So if there's room, you can do that too, where you're going to get a tax deduction still. They're going to get money later on. So there are other things you can do planning-wise to still give yourself a tax deduction if the spouse is younger than you and can still, you know, have an RSP and whatnot.
Okay, so I imagine even if you've done all the planning throughout your life to get to the point where you're now retired and you have this money, I mean, we're in a situation right now where we're getting close to potentially going into recession. People are feeling the squeeze. They might want to take that money out. Are you hearing anecdotally that more people do want to and need to take that money?
Not many, but again, we're dealing with people who we've done a lot of planning for, so hopefully they don't need it. But if you do need it, that's where you need to talk to your accountant and your registered financial planner and look at ways that you can take the money out and not have to feel the tax hit. Because if you bought your money in your RSPs at one tax level and you're taking out at that same tax level, then tax-wise, that doesn't make much sense. But if the alternative is, of course, keeping the lights on and putting food on the table and you need the money, you obviously take the money.
And hopefully you're not at that point.
Hopefully not. And remember, recession is not necessarily a really bad R word. When we hit the word recession, we're really by then already on our way out. It sounds scary, but we're already on to better days by the time they call it a recession, because technically we've been in one since September.
Because the definition of a recession is?
Is shrinkage of gross domestic product consecutively for 2 quarters in a row. June we shrunk, September we shrunk. We're in a recession. I don't know why government doesn't want to pay attention to that, admit it, above my pay grade apparently.
I think we're all just a little concerned about the R word.
We are.
Thanks for putting it into perspective for us this morning, Peter. Good to see you.
Thanks.